guys, welcome to Life of Oxy. Thank you for coming to my channel. I hope you like and subscribe. So right now I'm gonna wash my berries with Thieves Cleaner and we're gonna make berry filling for my dad's cake. Also, we will need a cup of raspberries. I don't know how come I didn't get it on the camera, me washing them, but we'll need them later on. So make sure you wash a cup of raspberries and set them aside. So now we're gonna take our strawberries and we're gonna cut them in smaller pieces. After we're done cutting our strawberries, we're gonna put them in a smaller saucepan. And then we're gonna need 4 tablespoons of sugar. So this wooden spoon is smaller than tablespoon size, so I'm adding a little more than that. And then we're gonna need a juice of 1 lemon. Now we're gonna take our strawberries, place them on the stove on medium heat, and make sure you stir them occasionally. Once our strawberries become syrup consistency, we're gonna add a cup of raspberries. After our raspberries have been cooking for a couple of minutes, we're gonna turn the heat off and remove them from heat and let it cool off. Hi guys, welcome to Life of Oxy. So today's Friday and I'm assembling my dad's cake. I got my 3 sponge cakes, they're ready to be frosted. And then we're gonna make one frosting for inside the cake and then I'm gonna do a different one for outside the cake. So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna assemble the cake and then we'll put it in the fridge for about 5 hours. So it's perfect. Right now my daughter's sleeping. I'm gonna assemble it and then I'll put it in the fridge and then when she'll go to sleep I'll finish it. And then also you want to think how you're gonna decorate it. So I need to find my fondant. I have some fondant and I was thinking to do like a gold leaves with chocolate. We'll see how it's gonna, I have an idea in my head. Hopefully it'll look good in reality. We'll need 2 mixers, one for cream cheese and sugar, powdered sugar, and another one for whipping cream. So I have with the paddle attachment here, this is for cream cheese and sugar powder. And then I have a separate bowl, this is just for whipping cream. I'll show you how I do it. So yeah, this is what we're gonna be doing right now. I'm gonna put a movie on, I don't know much yet, but I'm trying to get this done while she's sleeping, so wish me luck. So first things first, before I do anything, I need my coffee. That's from Pete's Hazelnut Mocha flavor. And then if you want to make a treat, you can use that flavor whipping cream. It's from Aldi. It's really good. And right now I'm gonna sanitize my cake drums. I'm using alcohol, rubbing alcohol. And I'm gonna open up my sponge cakes from Saran Wrap and cut them in half. And this is what our coffee looks like. Cheers! Nothing beats the first sip of coffee. Now we're gonna need a knife with the rigid style or whatever it's called with little teeth on, and we're gonna cut our cake in half to make 2 layers. And this is what the sponge cakes look like inside. They're nice and fluffy. If you wanna know the recipe, they're in my last video. So this is a nice clean cutting board. Make sure whenever you use a board for a cake, you never cut onions on it or anything because your sponge cake will smell like it. We're gonna cover it with foil. I made sure the sponge cake fits on the board. I'm gonna use a metal ring around it to hold it. And this is the cake collar I put around it so the cream doesn't come out on the ring and everything else. So using our hand mixer or stand mixer makes this process a lot more easier. With the paddle attachment, we're gonna whip up our cream cheese, so for about 5 minutes. And then we're gonna turn our stand mixer on medium and start adding powdered sugar. We're gonna need 2 cups of powdered sugar. Mix it all in, make sure you stop in between and get stuff off the walls and whip it again. While our cream cheese is beating up with powdered sugar, we're gonna take 2 cups of whipping cream and whip them with a hand mixer till stiff peaks. Once you take out the cream cheese with powdered sugar, make sure you go over with a spatula and then slowly incorporate the whipping cream with spatula as well. Once our creams are all nice and incorporated, we're going to take out our berry filling. Make sure it's nice and cool or else it'll melt the cream. We're going to take a tall cup, place a piping bag inside and fill it in with the cream. And cut the tip off and put it just like that. So I make kind of like an edge first, like a ring around the cake. So when you put the berry filling, it's not going to run out on the sponge cake or your decor. And make sure you put some on the bottom and then spread it out with the spatula. And now we're gonna add our berry filling. Yeah, kind of spread it out with a spoon so it's kind of everywhere when you cut the cake. So now we're gonna take a second layer and cover the cake cut side up. So when you put the next filling, it goes with the sponge cake, it moistens really well. We're doing the same thing, putting the cream around the bottom, spread it with a spatula, put some berry filling, and you cover that with another layer. Now cut side down, and then we're gonna put a bamboo stick in just to make sure when I add another tier it doesn't slide anywhere. And then I'm gonna put like a little board divider so you have 2 cakes in one. Now I'm gonna put this another layer. It's gonna be cut side up again, and I'm gonna use another layer of cake color. That way when I'll put the filling, it won't go on outside of the cake. And same process with the cream, you make a ring around, kind of like an edge, so when you add the berry filling, it's not gonna go on outside of your sponge cake and ruin your decor or leak throughout, you know. So just following the same steps over. I got a lot of compliments on the taste of this cake. It came out very balanced, sweet-wise, and the berryness added a little bit of sourness. It was just like mixed in really well together, those tastes, and the sponge cake is very soft, so it came out really well. I highly recommend it. And if you're a professional baker and watching me right now, please don't judge me too much because I am not a professional. I just do it because I like it. It's for my dad's party. So please, if you see me doing something wrong, don't judge me too hard. After we're done assembling our cake, we're gonna cover it with saran wrap and place it in the fridge. Now this cake was sitting in the fridge for about 6 to 7 hours, and then I took it out and to finish it. And this is the weather we're having today. And to cover the cake, we're gonna use our buttercream. It's chocolate whipping buttercream. It's from Natasha's Kitchen. I'll put the link in my description box. To cover this size of the cake, I doubled the recipe. So I'll put everything in the link in the description box and you'll be able to see it. So for this process, we're gonna need a stand mixer with a whipping attachment. 4 sticks of butter, I put that in and whipped it till it's nice and fluffy for about 5 minutes. And then make sure you scrape things off the bowl because butter needs to be whipped, all of it, so you don't get little chunks when you cover the cake. And then once you're done whipping the butter and it's nice and fluffy and lighter in color, we're gonna add 6 cups of powdered sugar, 1 cup of unsweetened cocoa, 3 tablespoons of whipping cream. Make sure it's a heavy whipping cream. And then we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract and a little bit of salt. And make sure you mix it on high for another 3 minutes. So this is the consistency of the frosting that it's gonna come out. I'm gonna take a little bit of buttercream and put it on my cake drum, just because so it doesn't slide off. And then we're gonna apply our cake on it. We're gonna take the ring off. Make sure you start taking cake color from the top so it comes off more smoothly. And then we're gonna take a spatula, and if you see cream sticking out too much from the cake, I'm gonna scrape it off so it doesn't interfere with our buttercream. So about this buttercream, it tastes amazing. I would not use it to cover the cake if you're traveling with it. And then I don't like that cake drum. So do not use the cake drum because when you pick it up, it's pushing into the cake and your buttercream kind of loses its looks. It starts ruining a bit. So that's for my personal opinion. And then again, I'm not a professional baker, so please don't judge me. It's my personal opinion, what I feel about this process. I feel like the ganache with chocolate and butter will cover better and give you a better protection, I would say. So if you're having an outside event, I would not use this buttercream. It's too soft. Yeah, that's my opinion. Don't be too judgmental. It tastes great if you don't have to travel anywhere with the cake. It's amazing to make. You can touch the cake after. You can decorate it how you want it. But if you're traveling with it, I would do definitely a chocolate ganache. It's butter and chocolate. And now we're gonna clean the cake drum. Just clean the edge around. Make sure it's nice and clean. So when you place it in the fridge, nothing gets stuck on it. So after this, we're gonna place it in the fridge for 15 minutes. After it's been in the fridge for 15 minutes, we're gonna take it out and cover it again. And this is what we got. Guys, please don't be too judgmental, I just do what I like. So I'm gonna take some cornstarch, spread it on the silicone sheet, and I'm gonna take a fondant, about that much, and we're gonna push it a bit just to get it more softer. And this is a CMC powder. It kind of makes fondant stiff. So if you make any shape and leave it overnight, on the next day they become nice and stiff, so you can make like a little teddy bear if you need to, or like leaves I needed to hold shape, or anything else that you need to hold shape. Make sure you use that powder. And then this is my stamp for maple leaves. I'm still in the fall mood. I see all the decorations for Christmas and I want to decorate for Christmas, but I'm holding myself back because, you know, I want to appreciate Thanksgiving. I'm very thankful for everything I have in my life, and I don't want to rush things because I feel like we're rushing so much on stuff that we miss on things and enjoyment of it. So mentally, I'm not ready yet to decorate for Christmas. So still in the maple leaf zone. So we're gonna need a little bit of vodka, and this is the gold color that I use. I'm gonna put the name of it more in the description so you can use it if you need to. It's actually really good. It covers really well. I did order some prior and it did not go well on white fondant. This one actually, if you do it 2 times, it covers really well. So this is what we're gonna do right now. We're just gonna cover our leaves with gold to make them nice and shiny and festive. And we're on to a new day. So we're gonna take half a cup of heavy whipping cream, place it in the microwave for 40 to 50 seconds. We're gonna take it out, make sure the steam's coming out of it. And we're gonna put enough wafers to cover the heavy whipping cream. Leave it for a couple minutes and then take a small whisk and whisk it together so you break up the chocolate. So it's nice and smooth glaze. Now we're gonna leave it and we're gonna take the cake out. The cake was in the fridge for over a night. Make sure your cake is set, it's cooled off before you do this process, because if your cake is just got covered and you're gonna put the hot chocolate glaze on it, your buttercream will melt. So please be patient in this process. So we're gonna take our hot chocolate glaze and we're gonna make kind of like a drizzle. Is that a drizzle, or there's another proper way of calling this process? If I'm wrong, please write in the comments the proper way of calling this. But we're gonna cover half of the cake with drizzle. And then we're gonna take some gold and sprinkle all over the glaze to make it more festive. And then I'm gonna kind of like do an edge around the glaze with gold as well. And we're finally to the finished touches. So we're gonna take our gold fondant leaves and I'm gonna apply buttercream to the back of it. So when I woke up, I took the leftover buttercream from the fridge and let it soften up. And now I use it to attach the fondant leaves to the cake. My advice, I don't know why or how. I think the last cake I baked was in February for my daughter's birthday, but I don't think I put enough of buttercream on some leaves. So make sure you're generous about it, because when I was driving to the restaurant, the leaves started falling down. So just a little FYI, don't be greedy on the buttercream for the leaves. And then we're gonna place our cake topper and put some leaves around it, just, you know, to do the extra touch. Then I'm gonna take more gold and put around on the edge of the cake just so it gives like a little finished touch, I guess. And then I'm gonna take the same cup that I took the gold out and add a little bit more vodka and a little bit more of gold, but I need it to be more of a water consistency. And I'm gonna dip my brush in and kind of spray it on the edge of the cake, just like that. I don't know what you call that process, but this is what I did, kind of to get it all over the cake, to splashes of gold to make it more festive. And this is our end result, guys. We're finally done. I hope you enjoyed this process. Thank you for coming to my channel. This was our party look. Please like and subscribe.